Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of my Dungeon Boss campaign series. This is the final episode, the series finale, if you will, of the Dungeon Boss campaign series. We are in the last two dungeons of Chapter 21. We are starting out with dungeon number 9, Path of Darkness, and then we will wrap things up with the Garden of Evil, which will be the root of all evil, and that will wrap up the entire campaign, and then you never have to see another one of these videos again until you start watching the challenge mode, which will be just as long, just as boring, and probably just as uneventful. If you have stuck these out for the long haul, I do thank you for watching every single one of them. All probably, say, 2 per chapter, 40, maybe up to about 45 of these videos. So if you've watched that many and pledged your support to me that way, I definitely thank you for your support there. So I'll be happy to be done with this series just as much as you are. So let's not waste any time and get right into it. Path of Darkness. We're dealing with all dark enemies except for another one of those blue Brahms. So we got some undeads here. So I think for the first time in many dungeons, I'm actually going to backtrack. I'm going to make sure that we got Kira ready to play here. I haven't used him in campaign for quite some time. We're going to get him some action here. He's got moderate runes on him. I remember the first time we went through this game, there were no runes, so whatever he's got on him is going to be sufficient for our purposes at this point. We get him up to level 56, and we'll be all set. Running out of experience potions here. Well, kind of. I mean, I have more than what I had in the past. Kira's got his first ascension, so he's got that one extra attack. Don't really need the dim mock at this point here, so vibrating palm should be sufficient. Alright, so we got him. We have to determine which healer we want. Honestly, I'm probably going to go with Nub Nub. While I'm out here, I'm just going to go ahead and level Nub Nub up because he's been kind of dragging ass as far as his stats go. There's no reason for me to be running him at level 49 when everybody else is 55 and 56. So let's just take care of a little bit of business here. Use some of these skills here. So, with this account, I've been saving these potions basically for any time a new hero might come out and I actually get them. So I've been very cautious about spending my resources. It's kind of a side effect of the opposite of slow leveling. I basically fast leveled this account, which was a huge account killer. But with the way experience comes around on the newer guild quests, pretty much got strong-armed into quick leveling. So basically it went from, 15 to 60-ish, or 56 really, in just a couple of months because of how much experience was out there. So if there's anybody out there still looking to slow level, stay away from a guild. You don't get the guild rewards, but you have to slow level to keep this down until they revamp things a little bit and give better rewards so that your experience and gold keeps up with the progression. Slow leveling is the only way you can survive getting to 50 and still have your roster maxed out. Alright, let's Path of Darkness it up here. So hopefully Kira's tough enough to kill these guys and not actually die. We're going to go with the power team of Kira, if I can find him. You see, I had a lot of guys at level 1 because I don't want to spend the resources on them yet. Kira's going to be first. Then Grognog because of his double attack mechanic. Then Ponty because of his mystical. And then Nub Nub. 2 energy, 1 revive should be sufficient. We're going to need the energies to give to Kira, most likely, with those little purple undead guys. That's right up Kira's alley. So if you're wondering what's in store next after, I guess, normal campaign, I will be doing challenge mode. You'll see that my level being 56 right now, we're going to be dangerously close to epic dungeons. So if you are curious what it's going to take to get epic weapons with a really shitty account, this would be the perfect opportunity for you to bear witness. So anybody who is currently in the same boat as I am, maybe late 40s, early 50s, you're going to get a front row seat in terms of how you can right the ship and ultimately cash in on those epics, and hopefully, be able to get a couple of them. Once you get one or two epics, the rest of them tend to follow suit with some of the teams that you can use. So namely, if we go after Yasmin first, we can then use her in subsequent dungeons to try and get some of the other ones as well. The tough ones to get at first will probably be the ones from Pestilent Spiral. Not going to lie there. Those guys, they light you up pretty big with disease attacks. You don't heal very well. You don't do much damage. It's not a good one to try and get Cobal's epic for the first time, that's for sure. Alright, the danger here is likely this purple Braum. I'm just going to light him up. I don't know why I say purple Braum, because Braum is already purple. So I guess I'll just say that Braum wannabe. I'm liking my chances so far here. Kind of wish I wouldn't have used Kira's first skill. I also kind of wish I would have just healed there. That seems like it would have been a smart idea. Oh well. Can't do anything about it now. We're looking for undeads to kill. There's a lot of undeads. And of course, Kira's is one away from cooldown. That's a bummer, because I could have wiped this whole room. Somebody's going to have to use a skill, unfortunately. I think, knowing what the boss room is, I'm going to make Grognog use his skill. Yeah, Kira would have just destroyed this room. That's too bad. That was also too bad. Which one's the worst one? We'll kill her, because I think I can actually kill her. Unless he does a mass disease attack. Oh, that son of a bitch. That's the only downside about using Kira. He's so weak. Defensively, at least. Once he gets his epic, he gets at least nominal, I can't even say it, nominal defense. Utica the Forgotten. So at least Kira still gets to get some major hits in there, but this mystical guy in the back, this Zeta, he's gonna take a beating from Ponty. Little undead guy is dead. Utica survived quite well. That's a little bit oh, that guy didn't even die. What the hell? Well, Ponty's gonna kill him. Need to throw everything I got on Utica. He's gonna kill somebody. I can almost guarantee it. I don't know if Stout defense is up. It is. That's good. I don't know if it's gonna be enough, to be honest. Nope. Shit. We don't have anybody that can resurrect without spending gems, so in the interest of just moving on, we're not going to worry about 3-star. In fact, we might not even... Oh, there's Ponty now. I was going to say we weren't even going to be able to get out of this dungeon, but we will. Well, so we lost Grognog, and we got a 2-star. This is no time to be nitpicky. We just want to get done with the campaign. And if that means we have to take 1 2-star victory, we'll take it for now. I'm sure nobody's really keeping track that much anyways, so... We do have to back out of here before we do Root of All Evil. Alright, here we go with the final battle. Garden of Evil, the Root of All Evil is what we're looking at here. Now, the actual dungeon itself is probably worse than the boss fight. The main goal is to get through the actual dungeon. So what we want to do is have somebody strong enough to make it through and not get killed in the actual dungeon. But we also want to have enough power when we get to the end to actually beat it. My suggestion, honestly, is a 2-healer approach is actually a pretty good idea, because you can use Yasmin to cleanse the disease and Nub Nub to get the constant heals. And so if we bring along Yasmin, Koros, Ponti, and Nub Nub. That should be a pretty solid team. 2 revive potions because those guys hit pretty hard. Those Zeta warriors with their little shield bash, they'll probably kill Ponti in 1 hit. Same with Koros as well. The main goal is we need to get Koros to the end because we want to have that fire versus tree damage, basically, especially when the Wall of Thorns comes up. So the goal is to hopefully keep people alive long enough where we're not getting poached midway through the dungeon. That's the big thing. It's a long dungeon, so there's a lot of opportunities for disaster. The guys that are going to be the most powerful are probably going to be the those Zeta Knights, to be honest. So we're going to go ahead and use Koros first because Ponti will be better against those other armored guys. Better than Koros, at least. And so we want to get as best progression as we can to start with. And then we'll circle back around. Yeah, so there's 3 armored guys here. It's just better to kill that guy for good measure. Better to keep those guys for Ponti because he can deal mystical damage and take them out. Whereas Koros probably wouldn't have killed them. Now though, we got basically 2 rooms here of just soaking regular damage, and hopefully we can handle this. Now, I don't like where things are right now with all of these guys. I would have liked to see more mushrooms. So is it going to be worth using our 1 energy potion on Ponti? I don't think it is. I think it's probably better to save that one if we need an emergency heal. I do have 2 revive potions, so if somebody gets killed, we can reevaluate at that point. But let's try and just kill the big hitters first with those little axes that they have, and hopefully these guys just taunt and maybe a shield bash. That mushroom is probably going to do a silence attack. I'm okay with that. A few rounds of auto attacking will be alright here. As long as they're not doing a huge shield blast type thing and just absolutely waxing us, we should be okay. Another taunt. Anytime they're not anytime they're taunting, they're not attacking. So it saves us a turn, and we light them up. And honestly, it prolongs the room a little bit, allows us to stock up on energy, so that we can possibly have something come up in this room here. So we are going to protect anytime we can. Ponti is an important one to protect. And let's do this. I was right about Koros not being able to kill those guys, so that's a good thing that I used the order I did at the start of the other one, so that's good. Alright, so now it's a boss fight, but it's basically a pre-boss fight. We do get to take out about 1/4 of his health dealing with these trees. Obviously, it would have been nice to have Koros to open up this fight here. It would have killed them pretty good. But honestly, we could probably slow play this a little bit. I'll go through and just do some basic auto attacks to let the energy come back on both Koros and Ponti. And then actually Nub Nub can throw a basic heal out there. And man, they might not even make it. Alright then. We're just going to auto attack through this one because we're not going to waste our heals. It's not a good use of our energy at this point. We will use our heals at the start of the primary boss fight. Yasmin should recover just enough health to stay alive. That actually helped quite a bit because it saves me from having to heal. So if we get down to there's 1 left, then maybe I'll throw the heal out. I missed it with the auto attack. That's okay. Really, I just wanted to do it before Root of All Evil got to do his first attack, because he will get to go before Nub Nub does. I think, honestly, even if he does Pestilent Breath, I don't think anybody should die from it. So I think we're good there. The main thing here is because of Pestilent Breath, we do have to keep everybody topped off as best as possible. I got elemental advantage with Koros, so I'm going to protect Ponti. He's actually runed stronger than Koros is anyways. That did pretty good damage there. We're going to do his Gravedigger first. The reason being is if he happens to pop his Wall of Thorns, I want to have my AoE to manage that. So we're going to heal. Honestly, it probably would have been smart to use my defense too. In case he does whip out Pestilent Breath. I want to be able to soak that. I think we're probably going to be okay though. Ponti's got a shield, so he's going to survive at least. But this guy here will not survive against both Koros and Ponti. It's just not going to happen. Even with Wall of Thorns, Ponti might one-shot the entire lot of them. Well, I gotta be honest, I wasn't expecting Yasmin to die there. She was basically fully loaded. So we're going to throw some defense up. Yasmin gets a turn. Ponti's not diseased, so he's okay there. What we're going to do, we're going to undisease Koros. And we're going to take it to him. We're not letting him get another turn. That's not happening. Koros first. Ponti won't even need to go. And just like that, we have now... Okay, I stand corrected. Just like this, we have now 3-starred Root of All Evil. We are going to get us, hopefully, a Dagon token. It'll probably be a stupid chest. But we have now beaten campaign mode. This is the end. There's the stupid chest. We've now beaten Chapter 21 campaign mode. The end of Dungeon Boss Campaign Series. That is the last one of these. Now all we have to do, there's our little achievement, get the Rude Hacker, which basically meant that I hacked the root of all evil. Hacked him to shreds. But now we are done with Campaign Series for good. As I mentioned earlier, if you stuck it out through this entire journey, thanks for watching. And hopefully things are a little bit more exciting with the challenge mode. I know some of those can be a lot more difficult with the hero scaling. Harder than boss mode even in some cases. So look forward to going on that journey with you. Hopefully it's not as dry once we get past the first few chapters and things start to pick up a little bit. We will hopefully have a good time there. So until next time, thanks for watching and we will see you again. Thank you so much for watching this video and supporting my channel. If you like this video, please show your continued support by hitting that like button, and be sure to check out both my YouTube channels for new content all the time. And always remember, peace is a lie, there's only passion. We'll see you next time.